wise man once said, the will to win, the desire to succeed,
what takes guts is to put yourself on the line.
the urge to reach your full potential.
A leader makes the way.
These are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence. Success Resources is the world's leading events promoter of business, personal development, and wealth creation programs. For over 30 years, we've helped over 10 million people across 30 countries unlock their full potential. From North America, to Europe, to Africa, to Asia, to Oceania, we are the key to your personal success. We open the door to the world's best speakers, such as Anthony Robbins, Sir Richard Branson, Robert Kiyosaki, and T. Harv Eker, to name a few. Praised by Donald Trump for being the world's best, we have over 500 events a year and access to the greatest thinkers, achievers, and motivators of our time. We guide you to the success that lies in every one of us.
But you will not discover your greatness in your comfort zone.
You have to have confidence in yourself.
We have never really truly reached our destination. There's always another level to strive for. Your best is yet to come. Success Resources, your learning partners.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Wednesday. Wednesday is a day in the middle of the working week, and we need to struggle to love Wednesday because it's difficult to see Wednesday as exciting and thrilling because most of us spend every Wednesday working hard. So one thing for sure is that it's better than Monday, and it is closer to Friday. Yes, if you notice, I have a cap. My wife gave me this cap. It says, hold on to dear life, HODL. So I want to wear this cap, okay? For the, at least for the next 2 months to remind myself, hold on for dear life. Now, we all believe that Bitcoin is the best financial instrument for store of financial energy and best tool for preserving financial wealth. So secret to success is to wake up early in the morning, work hard, and own Bitcoin. Okay, so welcome to Bitcoin Journey to 100,000. My name is Richard Tan from Success Resources. We're the world leading education provider. Every week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, we stream this live on Facebook and YouTube, and we make video to track the incredible journey of Bitcoin to 100,000. Now, so if this is what you like to learn and follow the journey, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Gently tap the thumbs up button and also the notification bell so that whenever we have a video, you are the first to know. Now, I am very delighted to bring my friend, also my teacher, Dr. Clemen Chiang, to the program. He is no stranger to many thousands and thousands and thousands of students because he is their teacher and coach in the art of wealth creation. Welcome, Dr. Clemen.
Wow, Richard, today you look so young. You're like my younger brother. Oh my gosh, so young. Are you not 21 years old yet?
My wife passed me this, so I said, okay, I will wear this. Okay.
So those of you on the live stream with us, can you all please type in, Richard, you're super young. That's a very, very nice cap. Hang on for dear life and welcome back to Wednesday. So excited to come back to the show again, and we do this like 3 times a week, right, Richard? And every time we do it, you become younger and younger because your age have a direct correlation with the rise of Bitcoin. As Bitcoin goes up, your age goes down.
Wow, okay, Dr. Clemen.
So congratulations, Richard.
Thank you. Okay, let's walk this journey together. Now, I want to start off with letting everybody have a very logic. Okay, now Bitcoin can only go up to 100,000, not my magic. And this is our 5th episode to track Bitcoin journey to 100,000. It's a supply and demand thing. It's not magic, right? Now, the journey of Bitcoin going up to 100,000 can only happen when there is more adoption and more confident to Bitcoin. Today, Bitcoin hit about 60, 66, 67 right now. So for it to go to 100,000, we need more adoption, more confidence to Bitcoin, right? Now, I want to start off by the first article we have is another country, high inflation country, Zimbabwe, adopting Bitcoin as legal tender, similar to El Salvador. Now, we want to use this as a hedge or as a solution to their national security. Now, question to you, Dr. Clemen, is this: how do you see Bitcoin standard supporting a country like Zimbabwe, helping the country itself?
Wow, that's a great start. Fascinating question. And before we dive into Zimbabwe, let's dive into the price of Bitcoin. Now, we are really, really excited because right now we are officially on an all-time high at $68,524.25. So this is a really, really important, gorgeous number. So as we look at this number and kind of a shock everybody, the kind of growth that we are experiencing, right? So if we look at this period of time when I squeeze the calendars to get together, the lowest point was trading at 39,000. And back then, we were at a month of 19th of September, 1909 to be exact, all right? So this was the time. And then from 19th of September, we kind of, another 9 more days, that will be 19th of November. So 10, 11. In 2 months' time, 39,000 goes to 68,000. I mean, you can also think about 39,000 go to 69,000. That's $30,000 movement per coin in 2 months. I mean, this is a monster kind of a growth we are looking at. So everybody, please take a really, really closer look, because at 39,000 to hit another 100%, that will be at 39 times 2. So if we take 39 times 2, so you know what let me just show you guys on the camera. The target price right now to hit 100% is 78,000, all right? So 78,000 is just within a tweet away. So 68,000 to 78,000 is just one tweet away. We just need one of those guys that we covered over the last 60 over episodes, ranging from Elon Musk to Michael Saylor. Do one tweet, bam, it goes there. But this topic that Richard kind of highlighted to us involves not just one superstar. We are talking about one country of its own. You know, the domino effect really got started by El Salvador. President Bukele kind of a kickstart, and he's such a populist, newly elected president. He rallied the whole country. Hey, let's accept Bitcoin as a legal tender. Now, El Salvador on its own, the main problem or the pain that they're trying to tackle is more about remittance. Many of their people work outside the country, need to send the money back into the country, and they kind of cough up quite a huge amount of cost just to send money to and from. And that's the reason why they move on this direction. We got to use Bitcoin, because why? The movement of money is very fast, faster than a traditional wire transfer. Number two, when you move, hey, what happens if the price of Bitcoin goes up at the same time? You get double the amount of money that you're traditionally thinking about just moving the standard money. So that is the reason for El Salvador. Now we come and spotlight right now on Zimbabwe. Now Zimbabwe is really well known in the world as the hyperinflation currency. I mean, our $1 is like a few $1 million back in Zimbabwe, and it was so poorly managed that they decided to give up altogether. They pegged against the US dollars and so on. So right now they kind of spot a window of opportunity and say, okay, El Salvador has managed to do it. Maybe we should also go dive into the same bandwagon and join, so that we have a legal tender. And that is the whole notion behind this article right here. They want to push it to adopt Bitcoin. And of course, the global Bitcoin adoption is very, very high. And you know what? What is really fascinating to me is not just about El Salvador and Zimbabwe. All right, because I want to show you the real numbers, and the real numbers, it happens right over here. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Check this out. This is the real number. 195 countries, whether it's listed under United Nations or not, but that's the total number count. All right. And you know, we have stated here very clearly 193 countries that are member states of United Nations, 2 countries that are non-member observer states, the Holy See and the state of Palestine. So here we go. We got 1 already on the hit list, 2 coming up, Brazil will be next, and many other that we have shared over the last 60 episodes. So if every country moving towards to the future, I mean, we just tackle about at the beginning 1 country per quarter. Then moving forward, it will be 1 country per month. Then moving forward, it will be 1 country per week. And it's a matter of time, more and more countries will be adopting Bitcoin as the legal tender. And this is by law, you have to accept it. So you are using law to convert all these natives out there and say, hey, Bitcoin is the future. So that is a great question and kind of a kickstart our series for today. Thanks to you, Richard. Back to you.
Thank you. So Zimbabwe, because lots of people go hungry because their currency inflate, you know, and then because the country prints so much money. So by then adopting Bitcoin will strengthen the country and probably save many thousands of people to go hungry. So that's a good thing. And also that will also drive the journey of Bitcoin to 100,000. Now we still on adoption. We know that Visa card is a great supporter of cryptocurrency. Now Mastercard has launched just a day or 2 ago has launched a cryptocurrency linked payment card in the Asia Pacific region that will allow holder of the card to convert their digital currency into fiat currency for the very first time. Now, question to you, Dr. Clemen, is how does you see this support Bitcoin journey to 100,000?
Wow, this is a really thought-provoking move by Mastercard. As you know, in the world today, there are 2 main players, Visa and Master. So let me dive into this article first. All right. There are 3 steps involved. Step number 1. Mastercard launches crypto-linked payments cards in Asia, and they see that this Asia, many dominant players in Asia playing cryptos that allow holders to convert their crypto to fiat instantly. Now, why do they want to focus in Asia? Because Asia is kind of still behind the scene for the world of cryptocurrency. Now, many of the Asian crypto players hold Bitcoin in their wallets, but the problem is this. They couldn't convert to the traditional domestic currency simply because many of the domestic policies are still not ready for it. As a result, Mastercard spotted this window of opportunity. Hey, we got to come in to solve this pain. This number 1 pain of people holding lots of crypto wealth couldn't convert to traditional domestic currency so that they can start spending money. And this is how they're going to play it. Really gorgeous right here. All right, I'm going to go through the 3 important lines. Number 1, they link the crypto-linked payments card. They will allow holders to instantly convert their digital assets into fiat. Now, how they go about doing that? The cards seek to remove barriers between merchants who do not accept digital assets. And there are many merchants who are not ready yet. They do not have the infrastructure. They really need a leader of the pack like a Mastercard to take this leadership forward. So Mastercard says, hey, no problem. There are hundreds of thousands and millions of merchants out there. We're going to come in to help you. So you can't accept digital assets, but Mastercard will take on. Step 1. And step 2, so the merchant side is solved the pain. Step 2, how about the consumer side? Consumers want to pay in crypto, they will pay through Mastercard. So Mastercard sit in the middle and like a matchmaker between merchants, the traditional merchants, and the consumers out there in the world. Now, of course, this step 1 and step 2 cannot be played out unless they have key players to anchor this relationship. And that's the reason why they got to bring in their digital assets providers like Emperor Group, Bigcup, and CoinJar. All right. So these completes the 3 steps that are needed. But more importantly, you know, when we talk about removing barriers, and ultimately our goal is to drive Bitcoin all the way to above 100,000, right? And this is the part that got me really, really excited. All right, ready? Here we go. I want you to see very clearly which are the countries that kind of partake in this really, really interesting growth, right? Step 1, I spotted Hong Kong. Dun, 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 dun. The partnership Hong Kong's Amber Group. Step 2, you have Thailand, Big Cup. Step 3, you have Australia, CoinJar. And guess what? Those Asian countries not listed here, they're going to feel severe anxiety, what we call FOMO, fear of missing out, all right? And in this fear of missing out, what will happen is this. They say, hey, if Hong Kong is in it, we are not in it. If Thailand is in it, oh my gosh, we are really behind the scene. And how about Australia? Oh my gosh, everybody's taking a lead. Guess what? Mastercard in this single announcement will have their rings, their phones ringing nonstop. I believe right now, every sovereign country in Asia will be reaching out to Mastercard. Hey, how did I get into this pie? How come you didn't invite me as the first mover? So you see, this is how it plays out behind the backdoor negotiation. And I can tell you, this press release, boom, 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 it will be super fast. And that's the reason why the global vision for this is to making crypto transactions as seamless as possible. Now, what is the TAM SAM? TAM SAM, total addressable market, serviceable addressable market, and the share market. So the total market cap right now, my gosh, just ballooned to $3 trillion for the first time on record, roughly the size of entire UK economy, all right? So how do we get this data? Very, very simple. What we need to do, always we have to check against the reference of the coinmarketcap.com. So I'm going to kind of move over right here and let all of you take a look at coinmarketcap.com. So today, we are officially the total crypto market, $2.9 trillion. The total market cap for Bitcoin itself, $1.25 trillion. This is the mama season. And you know, this is really, really exciting season for all of us because it serves a few important steps. Number 1, it gives legitimacy to anyone in the past who got involved into cryptocurrency. And right now, they were trying to find a way for consumers to spend on crypto. Guess what? Mastercard right now is into the picture to kind of fill in this gap between merchants and consumers. And then they mobilized 3 countries, Hong Kong, Thailand, and Australia, to kickstart the movement in Asia Pac. And that's the reason why this is the one that will drive the what we call CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency. Why? Because right here in this statement, Mastercard has been among the companies at the forefront of digital asset integration. In July, the company upgraded its crypto card to allow customers to use stable coins. So every government out there is really scratching their head. Oh my gosh, how the heck stablecoin came into the mainstream and people are not using our US dollars, Sing dollars, Japanese yen, UK pound, but people are using stable coins to replace the standard US dollar currency. So again, more and more feature and spotlight will be thrown upon stable coins. And that's the reason why I believe that the US government, after China launches its digital yuan in February during the Beijing Winter Olympics, next to be followed through will be United States of America. They will launch the digital dollar. Why? Because the stable coin is a threat to their sovereign digital dollar, to their sovereign currency at this moment. So it's really, really exciting. And you guys also get to know about this very important player called Buck. And Buck is a major leader and pioneer in the field of digital currency. And of course, we talk about custodian services. All this is putting in place the infrastructure for safe transaction and most importantly, the concept of trust in digital transaction. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you. So, well, with Mastercard, many more millions people will adopt Bitcoin. That's great for all of us. Okay. Now, next, I want to touch on some famous people and what we can do to learn from them. Now, many people become successful just having common sense. And one of the common sense that work well for many successful people is to follow and model other people who are successful. So in the area of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, we have Elon Musk, right? Elon Musk own, he himself said that he owned Bitcoin, and his company also owned Bitcoin. Now another billionaire that is the chief honcho of Apple billionaire boss Tim Cook, in the recent interview says that he owned Bitcoin and Ethereum. So question to you, Dr. Clemen, is what can ordinary people learn from all these very successful people who own cryptocurrency and who are billionaires?
I'm so excited, Richard, you brought up Tim Cook because I was watching him live on CNBC last night when he spoke to the anchors at CNBC in this event organized, what we call the DealBook Online Summit. So I think all of us really got to come together and watch this 1 minute 43 seconds video. This is really mind-boggling, all right? Why mind-boggling? Because Apple is one of the most successful companies in our present era, and it will be so in the next era as well. That's how powerful Apple is. And here you go. On the right-hand side, we present to you Tim Cook, none other than the CEO of Apple. So let's hear this very interesting interview, how he got involved into cryptocurrencies, and listen very carefully to which particular coins that he owned. Ready? Here we go.
What's your thought on cryptocurrency right now, and potentially accepting it through Apple Pay or otherwise?
It's something that we're looking at. It's not something we have immediate plans to do. I would sort of characterize it as there are things that I wouldn't do, like our cash balance. I wouldn't go invest that in crypto, not because I wouldn't invest my own money in crypto, but because I don't think people buy an Apple stock to get exposure to crypto. And so if they want to do that, they can invest directly in crypto or through other means. And so I wouldn't do that. And I'm not planning to in the immediate future to take crypto for our product as a mean of tender. But there are other things that we're definitely looking at.
Like what?
Like I wouldn't want to have anything to announce today.
Well, let me ask you a different question, because you just said that you might not do it personally. Do you own crypto and any Bitcoin or Ethereum? Would you play around with this?
I do, yeah. I think it's reasonable to own it as a part of a diversified portfolio. And I'm not giving anybody investment advice, by the way.
When did you get interested in it?
I've been interested in it for a while, and I've been researching it and so forth. And so I think it's interesting.
There you go. You heard it from the man himself. And guess what? We always start off with your personal interest, personal investment into crypto, and later on you'll translate into the company adopting it. Now, why do I say so? Because clearly he's really thought about it. Now, there are three main reasons that, of course, he cannot make an announcement about Apple adopting Bitcoin at this moment. So, three main reasons. Number one, for someone to take a personal stake to invest in crypto, it demonstrates there's an interest already. There's peer pressure, there's network effects kicking in, and he's trying to figure out, what do you mean by deposit or withdrawal? Some of you are still figuring this out. Hey, teacher, how do you deposit and withdraw coins between one exchange to a wallet to an exchange? Some of you are figuring this out, number one. Number two, what does it mean to use the cash in my bank account, which is Apple, and use part of the cash, what we define as treasuries, to buy into Bitcoin as a hedge? This is the part where he highlighted that some companies went all out to take their company cash to convert into Bitcoin. And one great example is none other than Michael Saylor of MicroStrategy. So they have converted and pivoted their business to be a main Bitcoin holder. So anyone who want to participate in the growth of Bitcoin, they will buy into the stock price of MicroStrategy. Now, Apple doesn't want to do that. And he said it clearly, you wouldn't want to buy Apple stock because we own Bitcoin. But here's the step number 3. What he didn't share is this. What happens if everybody on planet Earth is holding to Bitcoin and we are using Bitcoin to buy things through Mastercard? That will come a day Apple finally has to relent and say, I need to accept Bitcoin as a form of payment for consumers to buy my products, like a MacBook, like an AirPod, or maybe in the future, an iCar. This is the one that's moving forward. It all started exactly like this, same playbook as Elon Musk. He bought into Bitcoin first, then he announced Tesla accepted Bitcoin. Same for Michael Saylor. He bought into Bitcoin first with the approval of the board of directors. Then he kind of let the company send out a press release announcing that MicroStrategy is going to buy Bitcoin with the treasuries in the bank. This is major, Richard. Back to you.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. I'm just amazed that all these smart people, right? I mean, they have been leading our industry for so many years, getting into Bitcoin, and ordinary people didn't want to follow, right? I mean, Tim Cook we all know Steve Jobs as the creator of this amazing company and product. And Tim Cook, I feel Tim Cook did not do less than Steve Jobs. So he's a very smart guy. If he invests in Bitcoin, all of you viewers should also take note of that, right? Now, the next is the biggest upgrade to Bitcoin is coming in 4 years. This is going to happen next week. It's called Taproot. So Dr. Clemen, can you help us to understand that? And how will this upgrade of Bitcoin impact Bitcoin price?
Wow. This is fascinating and exhilarating because we are officially counting down, Richard. Here we go. We are counting down 3 days, 20 hours, 30 minutes, 21 seconds. This is the official date for Taproot upgrade. Slated 14 November 2021. All right. Now, what exactly is this Taproot upgrade all about? Why this is the biggest event for blockchain on Bitcoin? Here we go. We come back to here. All right. And right over here, when we have an official date of 14 November is really mind-boggling. Because why? The main key distinction between Ethereum and versus Bitcoin is the concept of a smart contract, as highlighted right here. All right. So Taproot enhanced privacy and efficiency will result from this, and it will unlock the potential for smart contracts, a key feature of the blockchain. And that's the reason why, when we look at all the great projects out there, we are talking about blockchain projects. I want to kind of bring all of us to kind of be really on par in terms of our knowledge. I want to show you guys what it means to have a smart contracts and why so many projects are built on top of Ethereum. So right here, I'm going to show you this website called ICObench.com. And then my flow typically goes this way. I go to 334 experts. I click on it and let it load. And once it load, right here, I'm still maintaining my ranking. I'm top 3 in the world. And once we are on here, we kind of scroll up and you guys going to see this really exciting stuff right here. And what is this about? This is telling us that of all the blockchain projects out there, based on the launch of an ICO, initial coin offering or initial token offering, how many are launched and built on top of the layer of Ethereum blockchain? 4,961 to be exact. This is what smart contracts are able to offer to the developers. But for all other blockchain, if you look at Wave, Stellar, NEO, and so on is like less than 200. So they are really, really slow. And that's the reason why Bitcoin kind of say, hey, we got to upgrade. We got to upgrade to a level where we offer smart contracts with the same stability of what we have today, so that more and more developers will build their stuff on top of our blockchain. And that's the reason why it's called a Taproot upgrade. But to me, the most important announcement is actually the date. Because the moment we have a date to work towards to, this is really, really nerve-wracking. And that's the reason why, we are officially counting down 3 days. Today is Wednesday. Tomorrow is Thursday, 2 days. And Friday is the D-Day for us. Friday, we're going to really look at a Bitcoin and a crypto market and position to go in really, really big. And that's exactly 2 days ahead of the Taproot. That's also exactly 2 days ahead of the Bitcoin spot ETF approval by Securities Exchange Commission. So you know what, Richard, you like bring up, kind of a crazy stuff of a Taproot and a Bitcoin spot ETF. This is mind-boggling this week. Oh, and it will just happen in the next 3 to 5 days. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you. So there is an application for spot ETF to be approved on the 14th. So look out for that. That did, by miracle, if it's approved, Bitcoin will shoot up to 300,000. 300,000. Okay, with the same news. Now, Dr. Clemen, institutions are now favoring Bitcoin over gold. But we haven't really seen huge billion-dollar asset manager behind everything until today. So today there is a $400 billion asset manager that announced that they decided to sell their gold to buy Bitcoin. So question to you is, do you foresee other asset manager out there or hedge fund doing the same, since gold have not moved in the last 12 months?
Oh yes, Richard, this is spot on. So let me switch over my screen, and I need the help of the panelists to spotlight me. I think some of the comments coming in, they couldn't see my website very clearly. So can you all please spotlight me, and everybody can look into the website, all right? So here we go. Anyone spotlighting me right now? Let me double check.
You ask.
Okay. Spotlight. Hang on a minute. Okay, so here we go. So we are looking at this article, and it's saying here, Jeffrey's $440 billion asset manager sells gold to buy Bitcoin. Now, this is what we call asset allocation. They already own gold. So step number one, everybody please be very clear about this article, all right? They have already owned gold as the traditional hedge against inflation. But then the problem is this. They realize that, oh my God, I kept so much gold, but gold doesn't appreciate in price. I'm just holding on to a piece of a rock right there, and it doesn't give me appreciation. So as a result, they start to scratch their head. What is the better alternative to hedge against inflation? And that's the reason why we have gold 2.0, and that is the world of Bitcoin. But more importantly, I'm going to kind of move my slides right here and show you guys it's not just one. There are many out there today, and I think it's only right we kind of highlight all these big names, starting from Paul Tudor Jones. And we are so blessed because we traded on day one together with him. 12th of May 2020 last year, average price we got in about $8,000. And then here's Stanley Druckenmiller, one of the Wall Street veterans. Oh my gosh. And he said this, I'm a bit of a dinosaur, but I've warmed up to the fact that Bitcoin could be an asset class that has a lot of attraction as a store of value. So always remember, Bitcoin is about just two things. PS, I love you, payment, as a form of payment, like Mastercard is coming in to solve this problem. And as a store of value, like what Stanley Druckenmiller has said. And who are the other famous people right here? Katie Wood. We have Abigail Johnson from Fidelity. Shamath, he's boss of Social Capital. Jim Cramer, every night we are watching him on CNBC. Tim Draper, he bought the first batch of Bitcoin auction by the FBI. And that's the reason why he's so freaking rich. He bought it dirt cheap, average price $600 per coin. Mark Cuban of Shark Tank. And you know, Mark Cuban is the guy behind BitPay, the payment system that accepts cryptocurrency. And like my company, we're using BitPay as a form of payment. We have Jack Dorsey, founder and CEO of Twitter and Square. And Square recently bought out Afterpay, the largest buy now, pay later company in Australia. Kevin O'Reilly, Mr. Wonderful on Shark Tank, is a very renowned, very renowned hedge fund manager today. And we have Naval Ravikant, chairman of AngelList. All right, so these are really the big crypto players. And I mean, we are highlighting individual names. And then if we look at the corporation right here, mama, we have MicroStrategy that owns over 100,000 Bitcoin today. We have Mass Mutual. They invested $100 million into Bitcoin. We have Square. And we kind of connected the dots just now. Jack Dorsey is also the founder of Square, right? They put in about 1% of total assets into Bitcoin, totaling 50 million or 4,709 Bitcoin. And then finally, the last layer, endowments that accept cryptocurrency. These are really smart players out there, right? So we have Yale University, you have Stanford, Harvard, MIT, Dartmouth, and so on. And maybe I should ask my university, Harvard University, can I pay my tuition fee in Bitcoin? They haven't really offered that option to us yet, all right? So coming back to here, this is really huge. Every single episode that you guys are catching up with us, you see more and more players adopting, moving forward. Now, really, when you listen and watch us, how should you be feeling today? Let me tell you, I should describe for you the feeling that you're going through. And that's what we call severe anxiety. Because you're not in it yet right now, and all these big boys are getting in, perhaps you are too late into the game. And that's the reason why I've been sharing with everybody. I believe strongly that 12th of November is the final window of opportunity. Final one, right? That's it. All right. Floodgates will be open, and we are just like 2 days early. And right now, everyone kind of feeling nervous because why? We shared with you guys on a previous video. Elon Musk is going to sell $27 billion worth of Tesla stock. And he's not going to hold it in US dollars. He's going to straight away convert it into cryptocurrency because he wants to give a two-tight slap to the government officials who want to tax the richest Americans out there today. They will first tax the richest man, and then from there, they will move on to tax the ordinary man. So he want to prove a point, and this is how he's going to tease the government officials. And straight away, stock price of Tesla over the past 3 days has dropped. All right, because somebody got to pick up the 27 billion that Elon Musk is selling. So you see how all this is playing out in the ecosystem, and that's the reason why education is key, and that's the reason why community is key, and that's the reason why we need to come together and rally Bitcoin to above 100,000. Back to you, Richard.
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. So, Dr. Clemen, before I ask you to tell us a bit more on the 12th of November, one question for you is this: current price right now, Bitcoin is 66,000. I think, let me just take
yes.
66,000. Okay, 666, I think. Okay, so now for Bitcoin to jump to 100,000, it is a 51% jump in a month. Now, question to you, Dr. Clemen, is this too much to expect? Like, you know, you expect a instrument to jump 50% a month. Is it too much for you? Or has it happened before?
So, you know, we're going to reference that, Richard. That's a great question. And we kind of put this really to the test. And we do a simple test called a $1 test. So right here on this website, we kind of compare gold versus Bitcoin. And we use this metrics, the metrics presented here in this slide, to kind of give us a gauge, all right? So gold versus Bitcoin over the over the past 12 years, all right? So step one, here we go. This one, we always start with the notion you invest in $1. So for easy calculation, we want to determine 10x, 100x. It's very easy. So step one, here we go. I'm going to show you this is how Bitcoin has evolved if you invested in Bitcoin that you know, with your $1, it kind of move up to $100 million. Kind of mind-boggling, right? And then if you take the same $1 invested into gold, holy moly, the value of gold kind of float around $1. It is still $1. So look at this deviation. The choice of instrument becomes so important in asset allocation, all right? So this kind of data is kind of a shock. All the big players I've shown you guys right here, that they start moving towards crypto. But they're taking a gradual step, maybe 5% allocation, 10% allocation, 10 million, 100 million, while they are controlling like billions and trillions of dollars, okay? But it's a gradual step, all right? Now with this gradual step, now I kind of move down here and take a look at this comparison chart. That will drive us really, really crazy. And that is this, all right? So how do we understand this chart? It goes this way. I mean, if you buy Bitcoin over like 12 years ago, holy moly, it's only worth like how much? Holy moly, this is like 0.001260. And the value of $1 invested, if you bought 12 years ago, today it'll be at 53,000, while gold still floating at 1.65. Now the notion starts from $1. So you can think of this it's 53 million times 53 million X. Then if you buy like 1 year ago, all right, so use this one easier for you to understand. If you put $1 into Bitcoin 1 year ago, today you experience 4.37x. That's 4x itself already. But gold, you're still going negative 0.98. Now, then we find somewhere kind of in the middle range, because every one of you are thinking about making a first pot of $1 million, which is maybe think about in terms of right over here. Maybe we can use this one easier, right? 8 years ago, $1, you delivered 200 times. That's $199, while gold still fluctuates at 1.42. So we can see that by basing on a simpler, clear comparison between physical gold versus digital gold, oh my gosh, this is like huge. And then we kind of bring this out also because, you know, Richard is like thinking about, okay, how would this comparison play out? So I kind of jump to this step right here. We are looking at this tweet that came out on 6th of November, all right, by Plan B. And we put out the notion that, okay, from the current price, which is a 666, which is 66,000 today, for it to jump to 98,000, all right? So we just put this as a test. Is this too big a jump? Now that's about 60% from the current level. So the notion, again, the argument is must always be based on, I'm looking for something that's going to move 60% or more. All right, 60% or more. So I'm going to put something like that. It goes like that, 60% or more. Now, what are the something that's going to move 60% or more? If we look at May 2019, it moved up 62%. August 2017, move up 66%. May 2017, 66%. November 2013, 451%. October 2013, 61%. March 2013, 181%. February 2013, 63%. There are already instances of the past that it can move by 60 cents, 60%. So if you compile everything that we shared with you in the past over 60 episodes, guess what? When we connected the dots, it points to one single direction. Bitcoin wants to break 100,000 this year. And that's the reason why I keep stressing, oh my God, the window is really closing in on us, all right? There are too many factors pushing for this momentum. And that's the reason why this is such an important journey for generational wealth creation. Back to you, Richard.
Okay, thank you, Dr. Clemen. So you have shown that Bitcoin has the ability to move 60%, right, in just 1 month. So thank you very much. Now, Dr. Clemen, before we end, can you tell us a little bit more of the 12th November program that you are leading, you know, a group of enthusiastic, passionate of your students on the 12th.
Wow. You know, I've been preparing our warriors for the battle ahead. I call it the battle. And the battle is defined as it is exactly 18 months after I mobilized our community to get into Bitcoin last year, 12th of May. 12th of May, I got one group of students together with me. We went into Bitcoin. We bought average price about $8,000 per coin. And look at the price today, all right? So that back then, you know, we were very, very blessed. And we were trading live. In fact, we were trading live together with Paul Tudor Jones. He was really the first Wall Street hedge fund manager to declare officially on CNBC that he has allocated 2% into Bitcoin. So we were very blessed. We went in together with him, and there were very, very limited data back then, right? And we were only able to anchor on a very specific data coming out from China, very specific data coming out from the big whales. I'm talking about those whales who own more than 1,000 Bitcoin. And I kind of queried them and asked them, hey, what is your thinking behind this? Why you are betting so big? So we put all this together. 12th of May 2020, we went in big. Now, fast forward 18 months later, that's 12th of November. Again, right now, we have a few psychological anchor, but much more compared to 18 months ago. I've shown you guys just now, we have institutions, we have universities. Oh my gosh, we have legends out there who are all buying Bitcoin, right? But what are they looking at? So 3 major trigger events. And I'm telling you guys, it's going to happen. And, you know, if you are not part of a community, if you have never traded live together in a community and you need to anchor that, 12th of November is really designed for the battle ahead. So number 1 is the Taproot we shared just now. It's a major upgrade for Bitcoin into offering smart contracts. And every developers out there is really like kind of excited about it. And number 2 is the Bitcoin spot ETF. This is like the biggest thing. And number 3, the biggest picture is that when the US government officially launched the US digital dollar. Now, every digital dollar out there has to do a currency pair. Just like, you know, when we go to US, we have to change to US dollars. We go to Japan, we change to Japanese yen. We go to Australia, we change to Aussie dollars, right? So which is the pair to pair with a US digital dollar? There's only one guy. That's Bitcoin. So the moment every American out there is going to carry a US digital dollar in their mobile phone or some kind of device, guess what? They're looking to Bitcoin. It is a natural adoption. Never externalities will kick in. So we have a whole bunch of institutions, whole bunch of average Joe out there getting into the pot, fighting over 21 million fixed supply. Guess what? The window is closing in. And unfortunately, we are very, very selective of who are joining us for this battle. And, you know, I asked the panelists, maybe y'all can put out the link. If what I say resonate with what you're thinking, and you know what? There are 3 groups of you out there today. Now, the first group I want to address, those of you who never traded Bitcoin in your life before. Let me tell you, this is the moment in time. You need to be trading with a group of like-minded traders, right? And you know, all of our warriors, they have to go through like 12 courses. You know, there are 12 items that we need to do before we go for the battle. Now you got to really quickly speed up on that and kind of ramp up your knowledge. And on Friday, I'll share with you our specific strategy. This number 1, those of you are complete novice, this is the last opportunity for you to get in. Number 2, those of you who are already trading. And if you are trading, but you kind of never experienced the big X before. Why? Because you like to buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. And that kind of spoil your psychology, right? You are not getting the big returns. So we have a different philosophy behind that. And the only way to anchor that down, we trade together in a community. This is very rare opportunity, all right? And, you know, I got to up the ante. Point number 3, last year I put in about $250,000. This year I'm going to put in $1 million. So it's very serious, and it's not just Bitcoin on its own. We're going to look at a whole basket of cryptos that will position us for the next 10 years. So this is the generational wealth that we've been preaching to you And this is your final opportunity. So if you are excited about what I shared with you, quickly go to spiking.com/SR. Spiking.com/SR. That's the place. Your final 48 hours to register with us. And that's it. We are getting ready for the battle to claim our victories. I will see you in the battlefield. Ahoo!
Thank you, Dr. Clemen. There you are for today. Journey of Bitcoin to 100,000. And thank you, Dr. Clemen. Until we meet you on Friday. And those of you who are interested, join Clemen on the live trading. Do sign up for the program. Thank you and wishing you wealth, health, and happiness in your life. Thank you so much.
A wise man once said, "The will to win, the desire to succeed,
What takes guts is to put yourself on the line.
the urge to reach your full potential.
A leader makes the way.
These are the keys that will unlock the door to personal excellence." Success Resources is the world's leading events promoter of business, personal development, and wealth creation programs. For over 30 years, we've helped over 10 million people across 30 countries unlock their full potential. From North America to Europe, to Africa, to Asia, to Oceania, we are the key to your personal success. We open the door to the world's best speakers, such as Anthony Robbins, Sir Richard Branson, Robert Kiyosaki, and T. Harv Eker, to name a few. Praised by Donald Trump for being the world's best, we have over 500 events a year and access to the greatest thinkers, achievers, and motivators of our time. We guide you to the success that lies in every one of us.
But you will not discover your greatness in your comfort zone.
You have to have confidence in yourself.
We have never really truly reached our destination. There's always another level to strive for. Your best is yet to come. Success Resources, your learning partners.